Okay, so making the most of the scenery here in the Annapurna region with the mountain ranges behind us, and still at Australian base camp, and the sun has come out. It's actually really warm, so I've gone from wearing 5 layers this morning to a vest top, which is beautiful. It's lovely here, and we're just before our 2.5 hour trek back down the hill, and we will then meet a taxi in the village, the nearest village. So a little bit of a shorter day today, which is great, but we're feeling okay, so especially after doing a little bit of yoga. So this video is we're at 2,050 meters here, and this video is going to be more of a floor work video, just to loosen off all your hips and have a more of a gentle feel to it. A nice one to do at home in your front room on an evening, and just to relax and chill out. Okay, so however, I am going to put you through your paces, so don't worry. So starting off at the top of your mat, and toe man's touching, feet in line. Inhale, arms come on up into your back bend and swan dive down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold and step it back with your right leg into your runner's lunge and tick-tock back and forth to open up through the hips. Left arm comes on in and right arm comes up, reaching for the sky, reaching for the mountains, opening through your right shoulder, and all the while opening up through the groin. And breathe. And then right hand comes down, left hand comes up, rotate through. Move with the breath, and both hands come down, step left foot back to meet the right in your plank position, lower yourself down, press yourself through into your up dog, loosen up through your hips, relax your shoulders back and down, and then lead with your hips into your down dog. Pedaling out your feet, make a better position for yourself. Breathe, take in the air, take in the surroundings. Imagine you're here. And then right leg comes up, step it through to the top of your mat and open up in your runner's lunge on the opposite side. Right hand comes on the inside of your right foot, left hand opens through. And then left hand comes down, right hand comes up, opens through. Really lead with that right shoulder to open up. And open up through the groin. Use your breathing, move with the breath. And then both hands come down, step your right foot back to meet your left in your plank position, lower yourself down. Press yourself through into your up dog, loosen off through your hips and lead with your hips into your down dog. Pedal out your feet, make a better position for yourself, send your sit bones up nice and high. Just take it steady. And then have a look towards your hands, step or jump your feet into a cross-legged position. So, we're going to come into a nice relaxed cross-legged position and go into Nina's favourite sitting circle, so hands onto your knees and just rotating through. So you're imagining that your sit bones and your pubic bone form a triangle, and you're just rotating about the points of that triangle, not straying too far away from them, but you're trying to get that pelvic tilt so that you're getting the dissociation between your hips, your pelvis and your lower back. make sure you go both ways, loosening it up. And actually what I'll have you do, switch your legs over, so it's the wrong way of crossing your legs. Sit. And then come back to the centre, go into your cat-cow, so arching up, head up, tail out, and then head down, tail under. So if I show you from the side, just alternating through, head up, tail out, to head down, tail under. Head up, tail out, head down, tail under. Head up, tail out, head down, tail under. And come back to the centre. And we're going to have a twist here. So, from your relaxed cross-legged position, easier to do without shoes on. So, by all means, take your shoes off. And then taking your left hand across to your right knee, and then take your right hand behind your tailbone. Sit up nice and tall and have a twist. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. So just keep going for 3. So you're making it really nice and active. And then taking your right hand across to your left knee, take your left hand behind your tailbone, sit up nice and tall, and inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And then rotating back to the centre. So we're going to start with a straddle, so taking your left and your right legs out to the side in your straddle position. If you feel uncomfortable doing that and you're not able to get that triangle position on the floor, perhaps add a bend into your knees or bring your feet slightly in so you're more of a 90-degree angle or less. So sitting there. And we're now going into our sitting circles in our straddle pose. So we're just rotating about that triangle on the floor. And then back the other way. Nice and relaxing. Really nice way to get that lumbopelvic dissociation. Because your hips are fixed. And then coming back to the centre and go through a cat-cow, so arching all the way through, head down, tail under, arching all the way out, stick your bum out and head up. So you're just losing those the bend in your lower back and going through the extremes of the range of movement here. And you can rotate your legs in and out to really loosen off at the hip. So get whole leg rotation. And also pump the feet, nod and shake the head, release off any remaining nervy tension. And if you're doing the videos in order, you should feel nice and loose after the last one. So now sitting up nice and tall and tilt through your hips. And again, if it feels comfortable to have a block under your sit bones, please do that because it'll add that pelvic tilt. And start to walk your hands forward. And it doesn't matter how far you get. It's just to add a little bit of a stretch into your adductors. Again, rotate through the legs and pump the feet. And then you can start to come down to the elbows if you've got it available to you. And relax. And breathe. Just feels like a nice stretch there, and keep it active. So don't ever let the posture stay static. Use your breathing to change it all the time. And then we're going to walk the hands over towards the right knee, shin or foot. So you're aiming to go across with your left arm to the outside of your right foot and bring yourself through. So gaze goes to the big toe on your right foot. And then you open out to the side and relax over it again. Exhale to open. Inhale. Stretch over it. Exhale to open. And inhale to stretch over it. Exhale to open. And inhale to stretch over it. And then walk your hands across to the other side. And you're reaching for the other foot, knee, shin or foot. Again, if you want to bend in that knee, that's absolutely fine. Wherever feels comfortable for you. So you're now aiming to get the right arm across to the outside of the left foot. And breathe. So inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. So you're always thinking, whenever I say fold, I mean go long. So inhale, lengthen, 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 exhale, go longer. And then rotate out. So exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and then walking your hands back to the center. You should find you're starting to get a little bit lower still, and your adductors really starting to free off nicely. Okay, so walking your hands back up, we'll take our legs back in, and this time we're going to tuck the left leg under and the right leg over the top. So we're going to go into a few twists. We really want to loosen off through our lower back. So really tuck, tuck, tuck. If you're struggling to get your sit bones down once you're tucked in this position, just straighten out the left leg, and you can use blocks to support yourself. And don't feel that it's a lesser position, you're just doing something different every time you do it. So it might be that you're stretching more of your hamstrings, it might be that you're twisting more of your lower back, whatever you want to work on. So really tucking, tucking, tucking in, so you want to keep nice and compact. Inhale, go long. Exhale and twist in towards your bent knee. So you're hugging your knee into your body. I've got my right knee up, hugging it in towards my body. I'm then going to take my left arm across the top of my right knee, placing my right hand behind my tailbone. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And I got a nice satisfying click in my lower back there. That's fine, it's just everything moving. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And if you want to add a bind, take it a little bit further. You really tuck that left arm round, post your left hand through, and then reach your right hand behind your back and connect your hands. So you're sitting up nice and tall, and it's always a struggle between sitting up nice and tall and what your glutes will give you. And breathe. And then releasing through, you can take hold of your right foot with your left hand and open out. So really get the length in your leg and the length in your arm. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe. And then release the leg. Come round to the other side. So you've now got your right knee up still, but you're taking your right elbow onto the inside of the right knee, left hand behind your tailbone, and have a twist. So you're not trying to knock your knee down, you're trying to create a tension that's not going anywhere. So inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. then releasing back through. So you can either switch over your legs, so your left leg is now the top bent knee, or you can join me to twist around, so keep your feet where they are, and sit down on the other side. Easy. I'm sure you're all doing it at home. So bring that left knee in towards you, hug it in. Alright, same principle applies. If you can't quite get your sit bone down, take your right leg nice and long and then start to set your sit bone down. Okay. So, lengthening through. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. We're now going this way. This is my left knee. I'm bringing my right elbow over the top, left hand behind my tailbone, sitting up nice and tall. And have a twist. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And then release it back to the center. So now taking hold of your left foot with your right hand and reaching out through your left arm and go long, long, long through the leg, through the arm, and sit up nice and tall so everything's long. And then slowly release it back, so your left leg's still the top leg. We're now going to go the other way, so your right hand comes behind your tailbone. You inhale nice and tall, place your left elbow to create a joint tension between your left knee and your left elbow, and rotate through. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to rotate. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to rotate. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to rotate. And then you release it back to the center. So, releasing your legs, shake them out in front of you. Really release any tension that you might have in them. So, I know how fond you are of twists and binds. So we're going to add in one of my favourite, which is Marichasana. So we're going to put a bend into the right knee and bring the left ankle up onto the right knee, sorry. So we're in kind of a little bit of a glute stretch. So you should feel it kind of coming through your buttock muscle there. If you are struggling to sit up in this position, that's fine. You can roll onto your back and hug the right knee in more so that you get more of a stretch into the buttock. However, if possible, I want you to really bring that right knee into more of a bent position. As you do that, I want you to bring your left foot, so the arch of your foot goes in as far as it can into that right hip socket. Not a great idea to do this in trainers because it's going to prevent getting right the way in, but you're aiming to get that left knee down with the left foot into the right hip socket. You're then reaching forward through the right arm, wrap it round the outside of the right leg and take your left hand behind your back and create the bind. So inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold more, bind more. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, fold more, bind more. So if I show you from the side, keep doing it. There we go. And then breathe, release the leg, shake it out, and shake out your legs in front of you. So obviously we have to do this on the other side. So I'm then going to bend the right knee up, bend the left leg, bring the right ankle across. And so I'm now in a glute stretch on the other side. Again, fine to go onto your back if you're struggling to sit up nice and tall. You might find you're just here. That's absolutely fine. And you can stay here too. You can stay in sitting. All it is trying to get the most out of that hip rotation. So make it really active. So So bounce your right knee, really open through the hip. Rotation is one of the first movements to go as your hip ages. I say ages, gets a bit of wear and tear on it. Anything like that, you start to lose rotation. Don't believe in aging. So bring your right foot right the way up and try and get the arch of your foot right into that left hip, and then hug the left knee up as far as you can. Now bring your right knee down towards the floor, reach forward through your left arm, bring it all the way round, and bring your right hand behind your back and create a bind. So you're now in your Marichasana, leaning forward there and breathing. So inhale to lengthen, exhale, get more out of the posture. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, more out of the posture. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, more out of the posture. Create that really active change in your body and release it out exactly the same way that you got into it. Release out your legs, shake them, and then bring your knees in towards your body and give yourself a hug here. And we're going to go into a bit of a core posture. What you don't want is too much overuse of your hip flexors, so we're going to really try and focus on lengthening through the crown of our head and through our sit bones. So taking hold of your knees, behind your knees with your hands, and tilting back. So you go long from the beginning, chest through, so open through the shoulders, relax. And then you can start to just tilt to bring your feet off the floor. So we're aiming to get our shins parallel with the ceiling or with the horizon. So lengthening through. And then without taking your arms away, you can start to add a straightness into each leg. So belly button is pulled in towards your spine, lengthening through the crown of your head. You're tucking slightly through your chin, so there's no pokey chins here. We're nice and long throughout. And if you feel comfortable there, you can start to take your hands away and do one leg, the other. One leg, the other. One leg, the other, both. And then release and hug it in. So really releasing off the tension there. So this is your boat pose, your Navasana. So I'm just going to move off the rock underneath me. There we go, that's better. So again, same position, hands behind your knees, tilt back, lengthen through, chin tucked, pelvis in, Mula Bandha. So all three bandhas, your core, pelvic floor in, and then belly button in, chin slightly tucked. Jalandhara, Uddiyana, Mula Bandha, in that order. So lengthening through, taking your feet off the floor, and start in the position you feel most comfortable with and build. But the main thing is to go as long as you possibly can. Breathe. And then hug it in towards you. And release through. So it's all dependent on how much you can hold the position before your hip flexors over kick in, before you end up in a pokey chin posture. You don't want that. So tilting back for the final Navasana. So tilting back, and then we find our position. There we go. Breathe through it. And then release. Hug it in. Give yourself a hug. You deserve it. And release through. So, because we've done a lot through the front line of our body into flexion, I'd like to go into a back bend, so I'm going to take you into camel pose. So if you come forward, roll over your legs and reach your legs out behind you. Toes can be tucked for this one. So we're going to start off with the hands in the base of our spine and go nice and long, lengthening through the crown of your head and tilting into your back bend. So really support yourself through your lower back. And press your hips forward, open up through your chin. And come out of it and release down. It can make you feel a little bit sick or vulnerable, opening up your throat that much. That's normal. Just do what you feel comfortable with and always come back in. Chin first and then coming back in through your body. So again, if you want to, you can start to reach down for your heels. So start with your right hand in your tailbone, your left hand up nice and high, reach, over the top, and then you can start to open out into your full camel. Release out of it, same way that you got into it. So we're going to go into it, this time leading with our right hand to our heel. So come on up nice and tall, keep your feet tucked. If you want to take it further, you can let your toes go long so it's a little bit further down to your heels. And then you're going to take your left hand into your tailbone, reaching up through the right hand. Make sure it's a back bend. And breathe. And then coming out of it, same way that you got into it. So placing your hands to the floor, tuck your toes under, lead with your hips, into your down dog, pedal, move forward into your high plank and chaturanga through, low plank, press through into your up dog, lead with your hips into your down dog, have a look towards your hands, step or jump your feet to the top of your mat in your cross-legged position and come into your relaxed cross-legged position with your feet on the other side now. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands on your knees. Just calming your breath in through the nose, go long, out, releasing any tension in your body. And we're just going to have a little twist. We always finish our practices with a twist just to wring all our muscles out. So taking your left hand across to your right knee, right hand behind your tailbone, have a twist. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And releasing through. And then over to the other side. Right hand across to left knee, left hand behind your tailbone. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And then releasing through back to the center. Bring your hands to your heart center. Relax them in to your lap or onto your knees. Into your mudra of choice for the final Om. So inhale to lengthen through. Take a deep breath. Bring your hands to your heart center, up to your third eye, back to your heart center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me here at Australian Base Camp, 2,050 meters up, and I will see you soon.